Hello everyone. On Friday, the 31st of January, if my microphone is working and you can all hear me now, those of you who don't already know what music this is, I can reveal to you that the new series, you can all hear me, right? Just let me confirm that before. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Because I haven't streamed for a while, it's been a while. So the new series beginning on Friday is the Gran Colombia series. That's it, everyone. Yeah, end of stream. Yeah, that's a good one. Haven't streamed for like 5 months. Come back, 2-minute stream. I should at least hoover up some super chats first, though.
I think we're all out of sync, aren't we?
So yeah.
No New Jersey run incoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new series that begins on Friday, 2 weeks after the end of the Asian Hugbox series, is going to be Gran Colombia. The series doesn't have a fancy title like the last one, it's just Gran Colombia. I couldn't think of anything. And, it's Gran Colombia, it's great. Great name for a country. Thank you, Jimbo, for the 9 months. Super chat membership. See, I'm all over the place. I haven't streamed for ages. I don't even know what I'm getting anymore. So now that is revealed, it's just going to be a nice comfy chatting stream to ease my way back into streaming because I haven't streamed for ages. And we're going to speculate and we can talk about this. And I'm also going to talk about the fact that Friday isn't just going to see a new video series. I'm also going to be streaming on Friday a new Victoria 2 multiplayer series campaign live in a few hours after the episode of the series comes out. I put out a community post not long ago. I already revealed this information to the Patreons early, and in that public community post on YouTube, people were throwing in loads of different countries. People were saying, I'm a Patreon, it's this country, and they were saying so many different things. Some people did say Gran Colombia, but who was to know that they were telling the truth? So some people may have known. Some people knew it as soon as they heard this music, the Civilization Gran Colombia theme. And I do want to point out, just quickly, while this is one of the few, whenever Gran Colombia has been in my past series and I put this music on, I'm not going to be relying on this music that much for this series, okay? I've researched music, I've done exploration for other music, so it's not just going to rely on this, although it will be in it, of course. Come on, you've got to have this music in it somewhere, but it's not going to be the main theme or anything like that. We've got to have something different, because this has been used for every time Gran Colombia comes on screen. So yeah, we can have an overview of the Asian Hugbox series as well, people already commenting on it. We can talk about that, and we can talk about the American Bloodbath. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, this series is effectively Season 2 of the American Bloodbath, because I'm playing in the DoD Americas.
Navy and Circle!
Welcome back, Spot.
Thank you, friendly merchant. It's been so long that I've streamed that I don't know how much South African rands are worth anymore. How much is 100? Alright, Jesus Christ, guys in the chat though. I mean, we don't all need to just all post our negative comments about the Asian Hugbox series in the chat all the time, as soon as I mention it. I'll defend that series to the death, and I know it was a different thing, it was a change of pace, but I'll defend it, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed making it, and I think it's good. But for now, we're still just bathing in the knowledge that the new series is Gran Colombia. Cancelled the real life appointment to make it to the stream. I'm going to post a community post tomorrow as well, and all that. So yeah, I was actually really surprised. I put out a community post advertising that I'm telling the Patreon supporters early what the new series is going to be. I also promised that in the grand finale of the Japan series, Asian Hugbox. And I'm surprised by how many people joined the Patreon to find out. You know, people are really interested, and I'm so happy to see that. And I appreciate the people who joined the Patreon, and of course anyone who already is on that. I did point out every time I advertise that I'm telling the Patreons early that I would tell everyone a day or two after as well. A question in the chat that I can answer, yeah, Beast. I'm not going to give away details of the actual campaign in the series that are going to be spoilers or anything. You know me, I'm always very secretive. But I will say that the series was quote-unquote filmed already. Yes. It happened ages ago. A long time ago. It's a sort of Bavaria series sort of thing where it happened ages ago. And the series is... The actual campaign is long finished. Okay, it's finished. All sessions are recorded and done. It's been such a long time since I actually started a campaign from a series. Or started a series from a campaign while the campaign was still going. I used to do that. I did that with the Muscovy series, and I did that with the American Bloodbath itself, actually, and the Heirs to Aquitania Scotland Alba series. I did it with that one. I used to do it back then. There's been such a shift in my production output. I used to be cranking out a new series before the campaign had even finished, and now it's like 2 or 3 years later. Because my editing takes longer and stuff like that. And we've got to bear in mind that when my channel started blowing up and I started really pumping out Vic2 content, we were in lockdown in 2020 and 2021. So I didn't have anything else to do but edit Vic2, really. And then as we came out of that, the production output went down and all that. And you know, you get busy with life. But this is still my job and I still put out the content even if it takes a bit longer. Anyway, is this fanfork? No, this is a multiplayer version of Divergences of Darkness. I'm only putting on the mod right now to have as a background. I'm not playing here or anything. This is just DoD. POTAT 6.2 DoD. So, I'm just putting this up as an example. I mean, I think I might put it off the screen and I'll put this up instead. Hold on. We'll go back to a chatting screen. I don't want to make people feel like I'm about to actually play anything. This is a chatting stream. Did Friendly Merchant say how much 100 South African Rand is? Because I missed that. Anyway, day one war. Well, like £3. Alright, cool. Gran Colombia starts off at war with Spain for the Gran Colombian War of Independence in DoD, multiplayer and single player. But it's a very controversial topic in multiplayer because it's widely considered that fighting the Gran Colombian Independence War is not worth it for Spain because it is a long, brutal, bloody war most of the time. That results in you ending up just getting a bunch of land with very low literacy as states instead of colonies. That in a lot of versions of DoD you can never get accepted pops, although, you know, coming off the back of the Asian Hugbox series where Lizard on Spain actually did it, they were, in that version, Divergences After Darkness, Spain actually did end up getting accepted pops on all that stuff, Mexican, Grenada and all of them. So in a mod where you can get them accepted as Spain, it's more worth it, although it still comes with massive challenges. It doesn't change the literacy. People in the chat are still asking what the series is. There is a text on the screen. Can you just want to confirm that people can see that and they can read that? Alright, no worries guys, no worries, no worries. So, having said all that about the Gran Colombian Independence War, I'm not going to reveal what happens in it. But obviously, because of how the game works, you're going to know what way the Spain player goes very early in the video, because it's very obvious, you know. If the series ends up where I have to fight the Spanish War, it will, you know, the episode 1 will be fighting that. But if it ends up that Spain wants to peace out, we won't be fighting that, and I'll be doing something else. We'll know very early. But, you know, it's all speculation, because I'm not going to spoil it. But you'll know very early in the video, you know, what's happening with that. Anyway, where do we go from here? I do want to reveal, you know, the other message in the chat there, or the screen there, is that I am going to do a new multiplayer campaign live on Fridays after the video. My series is going to be out probably bi-weekly. The live campaign will be weekly, so it won't always come out after a video. But we're going to be doing a multiplayer of the Endless Struggle mod, which is actually something I have played before, and it's going to be something very interesting and different. I've played what used to be known as the JBA mod, now Endless Struggle. I've played it before, but it was so long ago. It was 2020 era where I played that, so we're going to be coming back to that after a very long time. Is Spud reading YouTube chat? What kind of questions? I am reading YouTube chat, but with the kind of questions I'm seeing in it these days, bring in PieChucker. I don't know if PieChucker's awake. I have no idea what time it is there. Wait, why did you retract that message? Bringing in PieChucker's a great idea. If he's around and he's awake, sure, but it's unlikely. Anyway, so I do want to talk about the new upcoming stream campaign of Victor we're going to be doing as well. Let's take a sneak peek at the Endless Struggle mod. So this mod was released in about 2020, a long time ago, it was made by JBA. He's Spanish, by the way. Gran Colombia reference. Here it is. This was originally just called JBA mod. You know, when it was a work in progress, JBA just named it after himself. It didn't have an official title. Then it became known as the Endless Struggle. And I think at some point or other, the mod was taken over in development by TrueCookieKin, who is currently the developer of the mod, and he's organising the campaign that we'll be doing on Fridays. And I'm looking forward to getting stuck into something different, checking out a new game, and it's probably going to have a lot more of a casual, funny feel than a more serious DoD campaign like we did with the Scandinavia one. And that's really good for me to stream, you know, it's not super stressful or anything. Although we could have some massive diplomacy and battles going on, because it is a proper organised campaign. But anyway, you get what I mean. It's not going to be as stressful as Scandinavia. That one was mental. Antonio in the chat, yes, well remembered. JBA mod, as it was known then, is the mod out of which I made these videos, which I've actually got up to show you to remember them. The Romance of the Three Slavdoms video, as I called it. This is the mod that we're playing on Fridays after I release the Gran Colombia video. Aye, there we go. This is it. Remember these videos? This was just like a wee two-parter that I put out in 2021. Romance of the Three Slavdoms, followed up by Traitors, and we also played this mod a lot on stream as well. If any of you are veterans from my streaming of 2020 and 2021, you'll remember this mod. In this video, it was just like a casual thing where I played as
Circle.
Norway
Can
or
grant
something.
Colombia from Aztec, Mayan, Inca empires.
And then I also did a pirate playthrough. I did a pirate stream from this mod in 2020 or 2021. You can see the Pirates of the Barbary Coast down here. I played this country, and it was really fucking fun. It was amazing. It was a 2-session casual game, and it died after that. Does anyone here remember that or these days? Because I don't know how many of you have watched my streams going way back then, and we've been through so many times streaming between YouTube and Twitch. Who knows? Who's a veteran of the streaming wars over the years? Simulardoc, thank you for the $2 Australian. Can Gran Colombia form Aztec, Mayan, Inca empires?
Navy
Wait, what?
encircled.
Can Grand Colombia form Aztec, Mayan, Inca empires?
Wait, calm down. I was just getting round to answering the question, okay? If I take long enough, will you send me a third one? Just asking. I guess that was an accident. But anyway, no, it can't. You can't. Gran Colombia in DoD, we're going back to the mod we're playing in the campaign tomorrow, Fridays. Not Endless Struggle, okay? Wait, we'll turn off Endless Struggle for now just so there's no confusion. In DoD, Gran Colombia cannot form any additional maps. Because, in a way, Gran Colombia is a union itself, a big map formed. And if you somehow release Mexico and every other constituent nation of it, and delete Gran Colombia, they can all form Gran Colombia, right? You know what I mean? So while countries like the Aztecs and the Mayans have cores on the map, and there are all the cultures, Mayan, Nahua, and all that, they're there. You can't form them, but they are cores and releasable nations. So that should answer your question in a lot of detail. There's not going to be any time or situation where we want those countries to exist, I guess. And I don't know, maybe I get killed so much that my only recourse is to release and play as fucking Nahuatl. But no, if that happened, I would just quit, I guess, you know. Next question in the chat there. Have you decided what nation for the live stream? Wait, no, not that. This. Which Endless Nation am I playing? I don't even know yet. I'm only kind of announcing in advance for the thingy. I don't actually know the specifics. There will be posts and you'll know, obviously. I'll put a pre-stream thing up on Friday, you know, like before a YouTube stream where it comes up saying it goes live at this time. And that'll say the country, of course. I can say that when I'm signing up for this campaign, I did just write Phil. Because honestly, I can't remember the mod that well. I don't really mind what I get. I'll play Poland, Russia, Ukraine, Romania, fucking Austria. I'll play anything on this map. I don't care. I'll even play in the Americas of it. I don't mind. It's all fine for me. I don't have a preference. I'll just go in there. I'll just allow the host to have full flexibility on balancing the campaign in any way he sees fit. It's going to be hosted by Shark and True Cookie King, I think. Some people are questioning these Burgundy borders, but that is actually where Burgundy, or one of its iterations, was historically in real life. Burgundy used to be around here. The Burgundy up here was a medieval France thing. The Burgundy down here was earlier than that. So people are also asking about the lore. I think, if I recall correctly, this is a mod in which, when it was originally being made, although I'm really paraphrasing True Cookie King and JBA, but I don't think it had any actual lore ideas in mind when it was made. I believe it was just kind of playing around with different things and stuff. But maybe some lore was retconned into it by True Cookie King, I don't know. I mean, this is the sort of thing I need to ask them, and we'll find out on Friday. Nastach Untige Celtach. Yeah, Great Celtic Union up here. In the casual, one of those streams, I played as that, or I played as Norway and I fought in the British Isles. I can't remember. Would you consider campaigning Victu Throne of Lorraine? Yeah, Throne of Lorraine is another mod that I've seen that I'd like to do. That's definitely a single player one that I'll do. I don't see that one being hosted in multiplayer anytime, but Throne of Lorraine is on the radar to play. In single player. But yeah, this is what we're going to be playing on Fridays. Live from 7:30 GMT. It's actually going to be a 3-hour stream instead of a 4-hour stream, so a shorter session for this. Just in scheduling. Of course, we've got a big Cherokee in the Americas and some Celtic place in where the 13 colonies were. In Iroquois, natives rising. Somehow Texas exists with its actual flag in Mexico. You'd think these would be changed and updated. Germania? Patagonia Tribal Confederation? Even though it was like 5 years ago that I played this, it hasn't actually changed all that much as far as I remember. Fundamentally, it's all kind of the same. It hasn't changed much. I think at one point I even streamed playing the fucking Kingdom of Jerusalem. I've played this mod more than you think, actually. I've played this a lot of times on stream. 2 videos edited on the main channel, but I've played this a lot. I played... Does anyone remember a Jerusalem playthrough? Fucking hell. It's all coming back. I never thought I played it that much, but I've played it like 5 times. Anyway. So, yeah, Rupert's Land is definitely in the pipeline. Yeah, we're going to be working on that later. Don't worry. What's the problem with Throne of Lorraine in multiplayer? There isn't a problem per se. I just believe it's actually a single player mod. It doesn't have multiplayer. If it does, then that's great, but I don't know any hosts who are planning to host it or anything. Is this a continuation of JBA mod? Yeah. It's a bit confusing that it was called JBA mod and then it was given an official name later. I mean, we all know it by JBA mod because that was what it was called when we started playing it. We all called it JBA mod. An endless struggle? I mean, let's face it, it's not that great a name of a mod anyway, is it? Really? I remember when it was officially called that, people kind of made fun of the name. And people were like, "Ah, we're always calling it JBA mod." Anyway, now that I'm streaming, people should definitely join the channel membership. We need to get that back up and running. It's been so long since I've streamed. What was the last thing I even streamed? I believe it was the Ching Chu DoD Fanfork run. It was Ching Chu, wasn't it? That was the last big playthrough I did. Single player wise DoD Fanfork live streamed. Oh, is my streaming software lagging? Hello, hello. Am I still here? Oh god. Bear with me everyone if you can still hear me. Technical issues. Oh, seems everything's actually still working. Aye, it's all fine. My second monitor just kind of glitched out a bit and I can't see the chat, that was all. I'm fine. We're here. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, we're still here. We're still here. Don't worry. We oofed a little bit. The technical difficulties that come with not having streamed for so long. Anyway, out of sync. You can hear me though. It's all fine, and I'm seeing the chat. Don't worry. So let's go back and talk about one of the things that I wanted to talk about. let's have a little retrospective overview of the Asian Hugbox series. I mean, here it is. Everything. It's the only video that I've released on my channel for the past, let's just say 6 months. Right? It says 5 months ago, but I think it's 6 months. It's the only thing I've done. And even during this time, I haven't even streamed much. So it's like the only content I've done for ages. It's this series. 12 parts, and I think 12 is such a perfect round number to have a series. It's shorter. The campaign was shorter. It only lasted 6 sessions. But one of the reasons I wanted to do that, one of the reasons I wanted to do this, knowing it would be a shorter series in a shorter campaign, is because we just came off the Bavaria series, didn't we? And that was long. That was a long campaign and a long series. It took me a year to make. I didn't want to take a year to make another series. As a matter of fact, I can say this now. After the Bavaria series ended, I did that one intermediary video. I did the Canada Great War video to tie people over between the series. But during that I was thinking, I'll either do Grand Columbia or the Japan campaign. It was a choice between those two after the Bavaria series. Some Patreon supporters or someone somewhere may even recall me saying after the Bavaria series, when they asked me what I'm going to do next, that I'm either going to go east or west. I said that somewhere to someone. I can't remember where though. Patreon chat probably. Someone asking why War Score is so broken in your series, because it's just a very difficult mechanic. It's very difficult to mod it. It's always difficult, you know. And it's based on arbitrary things like number of factories in a state, whether forts are built in a state or not impacts War Score cost. It's just the reason it's bad in every video is because it's just a poorly implemented mechanic in Victoria 2. That's why. Let's face it. Modders have done what they can to edit what they can, and some people have done better. Some people have failed. Some people have made it worse by accident, and all that. Does this mean the GC series will be shorter too? No, it doesn't mean that or not mean that. I'm not going to spoil whether it's long or short. The Grand Columbia thing could be short. I could get killed. It could be long. Who knows? People are still asking in the chat. The big reveal happened at the start of the stream, and since I did the reveal, I've had a message on the screen saying what country it is the whole time. And people are still asking. I just joined. Well, yeah, you just joined, but it's on the screen. You can see that when you just join. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not saying you're stupid, I'm not insulting you, it's all fine, but the Grand Columbia thing could be a 1 episode thing where I just get killed by Spain, and like Loco in this series. Could happen. I'm not spoiling it. But we already talked at the start about whether or not Spain is going to go for the Grand Columbia War. But obviously I didn't answer, but I'm just kind of speculating and giving pros and cons. So anyway, one thing about this series is what happened to Loco on Grand Columbia in the first 2 episodes. I mean, at this point, if you haven't watched it, this isn't even the major plot of the series anyway, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything by saying that Loco dies on Grand Columbia in episodes 1 and 2 of this. Part 2 is actually more about that, because part 2 is like split between main Japan plotline and the Grand Columbia dying plotline. And you can see that represented beautifully with the Japanese man and the Hispanic man hugging. So anyway, this series all happened. I just can't stress enough one thing about this series. Some of us are watching 240p on our phones. Well, there's a real excuse. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm playing Gran Colombia in my new series starting on Friday. Gran Colombia series begins Friday, 3 p.m. GMT, which is 10 a.m. EST for East Coast Americans. Okay, there you go. If you want me to read that out again, just let me know. For all you potato internet people out there. Anyway, I wanted to stress, I really enjoyed making this series. It was so much fun. It was there's so many reasons for that, but it was just the new setting, the Japanese setting, gave me access to lots of new music, art, themes that I could use in the videos, memes. So I really loved the imagination and the creativity I could use with that. So that was really fun no matter what. And I also really enjoyed how chaotic and fun this campaign was. Now there's been comments about how the sort of toxicity and chaos of the campaign put some people off. Oh, just a few people said it. For me, that's not a problem, and I loved making a series out of a campaign that was like that, okay? But a couple of people were put off, but I loved that. It just meant that I could just have lots more fun segments of pure chaos and memes in this, especially for the European plotline. And of course, the Lizard and Bad Frank organising and hosting the campaign in a more chaotic way was also just part of the fun. And this, again, coming off of the Bavaria series, which was a proper serious series. It was hosted well and organised cleanly and fairly by Dempsey and all that. So we moved on to a more chaotic thing afterwards. But anyway, so there was some people were put off by this series, and it has a bit of a slightly lower view count. I mean, the Bavaria series was out for has been out for longer, and it's a bigger series, so you can't really compare the views that much. But it's noticeably a slightly smaller view count. I mean, I'm completely fine with it. I'm happy with getting... My sub count is what, 37,000? I'm happy with getting like average 35,000 views on videos. Don't mind that at all. And I made fine ad revenue money off them, so that was fine from that perspective as well. So, despite some people were put off by some parts of the campaign, but I really was fine with it and enjoyed making it and was satisfied with it. It had a perfect arc of a story, the way it began, the middle, and then the end. So, but now, when you come onto this channel, in a few months' time, this whole page is going to be filled up with Gran Colombia, because we'll be releasing that series, and I cannot wait. Part one of Gran Colombia is about 85 to 90% finished. I just need to add the finishing touches tomorrow, and then it'll be out for Friday. Now, this was mentioned, but do you want me? I'm going to message PieChucker, and we'll see if we can get him to randomly appear live, on the off chance that he is somehow awake or not busy. We'll see if we can summon PieChucker. We always have to. Alright, the message is sent. There's no guarantee. We're probably not going to get PieChucker. Probably not, but the message is out. Anyway, next series is DoD. Yeah, it's Gran Colombia. It's Gran Colombia. I thought I would make, I thought I would make a bit of a big reveal and give some Patreon inside info about the nation of the series, because people are always really speculating and giving their preferences to what nation they want to see next. It's a big thing, what country am I going to be playing in my next DoD series, so I wanted to make some big reveals out of it this time. And I noticed that my Patreon numbers had been going down the past couple of months, a few people leaving, so I thought I'd entice people back in by revealing the series early to them. So, yeah, obviously, I just do Divergences of Darkness. That seems to be everything I do. If we go back to my channel again, the only thing I've done... The last non-DoD video I did was the Canadian Great War from the Canada campaign. And then if we go back and back and back, there's OpenTTD. We had CWE, and before that there was... Wait, where's Victoria 2 without mods? When did I do that video? When did I do Victoria 2 multiplayer without mods? Was it this far back? Hearts of Victoria. There's a... What do you even call the World War II mod anyway? Here it is. Yeah, there was that. That was vanilla. That was so vanilla, in fact, that it didn't have any mods. Not even a multiplayer balance mod. That was just a fun one-off. But yeah, so there's a few reasons why I don't tend to do non-DoD series these days. First of all, whenever I join a non-DoD campaign, I've tended to stream it. If you look at the campaigns and sessions that I've streamed in multiplayer, even though I've been fucking doing single player most of the time past year or so, I tend to do vanilla world on there more so, on average. But, this all goes back to the Scandinavia series was my first DoD series, and when I did the Scandinavia series, how far back do we have to go to get to the fucking Scandinavia series? Oh my god. Let's scroll and scroll and scroll. PLC, JBA mod, by the way, there. Napoleon's Legacy, edited by PieTrucker. Fucking Bernard's War, Shovelface. Here's the Pirate mod. Remember, that's JBA mod. Little meme I made out of the Pirate campaign. Look at it. Go watch it yourselves if you want to see that. American Bloodbath, Muscovy, Heir's to Aquitania, fucking Mountain and Blade, Scandinavia Grand Finale's got to be coming up. Yeah, Scandinavia campaign, there we go. All the way back here, end of 2019. The Scandinavia campaign began my long run of DoD series. That was the first one. Or arguably the Aragon two-part thing, but forget that, okay. Spudgun, should I host a new DoD LDA game? Yes or no? Oh god. I don't know. That's a difficult decision. You want to go through the ordeal of hosting a campaign, I mean, you go for it. LDA is your own mod and it's something different, so I would urge that instead, because, DoD is done everywhere, but LDA is your own thing. But anyway, we have to go back and we get Scandinavia and then we have Muscovy, so it's just the tradition that ended up happening on my channel. And it comes from the campaigns that I played. I played that Scandinavia campaign, made a series out of it, and then around the time that I was finishing the Scandinavia campaign, like the start of 2020, like the series I mean, I went in and played the Muscovy campaign. And the chill cord with Shark, Zombie, Plastic, and I asked Asquith and everyone. And I just moved on. It was the natural next thing to make a series out of that. But when Muscovy happened, it absolutely blew up. This was my channel exploding. Nearly getting 100k views on the fucking Great War for Greece. Legendary Serbia. By the way, one thing I can say, something I forgot to mention, and something people haven't really asked about. Who's playing in the Gran Colombia campaign? Who's hosting it? Well, I can tell you right now that the person who played Serbia in the Legendary Serbia video is in the fucking Gran Colombia series. Okay? Should I tell you who's hosting the campaign though? But the long, arduous point I was just making was that, you know, the reason that DoD is my bread and butter is because it was what I was doing when my channel blew up a little bit, and it was just a process of routine that developed. We went from one DoD campaign to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. After PLC, we had the American Bloodbath, and then the PLC, after Muscovy, American Bloodbath, PLC after that. And then after PLC, what was it? Like, we start getting into the Hungary cinematic universe and some one-offs. And then we get eventually the Aragon cinematic universe as well. Venice series. Actually, it goes Venice series and then Aragon. But anyway, what I'm saying is it's just ended up being a tradition. But there's also other reasons. Like, DoD is more interesting with lots of different countries and different moves you can make. Whereas the real world vanilla just kind of goes into a bit of a... It's kind of predictable. And there's only limited things you can do. And countries that can do things. In DoD, things are kind of endless. And like every DoD campaign, there's a new country coming up or someone forming a new thing that was never done before. You know what I mean? There's me explaining for ages why DoD is the thing that I'm doing on the channel. There's also the fact that DoD, you can have more players, which always makes for more interesting dynamics, more chaos and fun. People says your channel blew up thanks to real world videos like Chad Serbian Do It for Greece. That's true. Let's go back and analyse the beginning of 2020 again, because it's really interesting. History of the channel. I'll tell you what though, the one you forget, the one that actually blew up is a one that actually kind of went big retroactively, the Spanish Armada video. Like, from my recollection, the Spanish Armada was the one that for some reason hit the algorithm. I'm telling you. And that's also in the real world, so your point still stands. But yeah, and then the legendary Serbia video happened. So if we look at this, right, my channel kind of blows up with the Spanish Armada, the legendary Serbia, and the Greece Great War thing. But then, right after that, while the iron is still hot, I release the Muscovy series right after that. And everyone who's just come off of these videos in the real world, click on the Muscovy video and go, holy shit, DoD, this is new and this is exciting, and then they're hooked. That's what happened. And they've been hooked on DoD since. Apart from the 40,000 people who watch Muscovy who haven't watched the ones I'm doing now. But that's fine because it's fucking 5 years ago.
Gentlemen.
Good evening, Doomlord. Thank you for the 10 months of membership. You were on YouTube front page, then Victoria 3 appeared and your channel disappeared from the world. I don't know what you mean by that. The Victoria 3 thing coming out, I never noticed that Victoria 3 did any damage to my channel. Not at all. There was a very big thing that happened, and it was controversial. I released videos about it, but eventually I just went back to making my Victoria 2 stuff, not that long after it, so. And there was never any lower views after. It was kind of just something that happened and then we moved on. Look at this thumbnail though. The death war between Naples and Rome. And the fucking Naples guy is just a guy cutting some pizza bases, screaming against a Byzantine soldier. Anyway, so if you're just tuning in and you're on 240p and you can't read what's on the screen, the new series is Gran Colombia. Okay? Gran Colombia. Are your videos still getting long processing times like you were saying in your videos from years ago? You mean taking ages on YouTube to process? No, that doesn't really happen. Like, processing HD? Nah. I guess YouTube has improved their processing time for my videos. Here's something that I'm not 100% sure about, but I want to have a look at it with you guys on this stream. Let's figure something out that I'm curious about. This is something that, if you actually want to measure this properly, it's really fucking difficult.
I think we're all out of sync, aren't we?
Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships there. Thank you so much. Can Gran Colombia form any nations? No. Gran Colombia is a formed nation that just happens to start formed at the beginning of the game. It is the formation. Anyway, I want to have a look at this. By the way, this is the
I think we're all out of sync, aren't
Victoria 2 loaded up here. This is the mod I'm playing with. And something that I've got to do, if I'm going to load up the mod we're playing with, just to reveal the campaign, I've got to remove all the saves from my save folder, or else it'll spoil the year that the campaign ends, or the last saves, and maybe what countries exist. Even if I don't click on them, you'll see what year the campaign ends, so I have to remove the saves.
I think we're all
Anyway,
out of
what I
sync.
want to work out is Gran Colombia the biggest country in the world in terms of landmass at the start of the game? The other contenders are the Dzungar Khanate, Scandinavia. That's about it, really. The Dzungar Khanate, maybe Japan. Fucking Japan, actually. What do we think? The Japan series really only had 2 good wars, in my opinion. Okay, if you look at it in terms of what wars were good, you might actually be right. I would argue that the naval war against Spain was really good as a naval war. Not everyone's up for that, I guess, but then as a naval war, it was really interesting and good. One thing's for sure, though, if you go to the ledger, look, there's a thing you can find out. Which one is it on? If you sort by total number of provinces, Gran Colombia is the biggest. We have the most provinces in the game, okay? That's for sure. But do these provinces actually... Oh, why is everyone asking about the fucking Aztec cores? Here you go. Aztlan, yes. Nahua people, Tarascan people, Mayan people. Mayapan has cores. Yeah, Aztec exists. Are you fucking happy? You want me to play as Aztlan? I can't because I'm at war with Spain. Who has the most pops? Fucking China. Taiping, yeah. China, this is how broken China is, by the way. China is split into 2 countries at the start of the game, and they both are the first and second country in pops, respectively. And not even, I think they have more pops than the rest of the world combined, if you add them together. Fucking Nanjing is 4th, yeah. Wow. Tungying isn't that far down there either. That's why the pops get nerfed. I would like to see you play as the Aztecs. Okay, maybe in a single player thing someday. But you know, we gotta get real here. But yeah, back to the landmass question. Novgorod, also a contender. People are talking about different map projections. Now that really complicates things, as I believe we're using the kind of projection that makes Europe bigger than it is, sort of, or Africa. Something. This is a flat projection of the map instead of a globe. So that really complicates things. I have no fucking idea what's technically the biggest landmass. What you have to do to work this out is start doing something kind of like the fucking the football DoD countries that we did. You have to take the land masses of real countries and add them together or subtract them and work things out, the equivalent of what the countries own, and see what's what. You know, add Scandinavia, take the landmass of Norway, Scotland, Iceland, Greenland, Denmark, the fucking German provinces of Kiel and Pommern, half Pommern, some part of Poland, Szczecin, Poland, half of fucking Latvia, Estonia, Finland, the Karelia fucking Oblast in Russia, and the fucking everything, bunch of African colonies, half of Mozambique, and add them together. That's what you've got to do here to really work things out. But I don't know. How do you work out which country is the biggest in landmass? If you do it just as things are on the map now, I don't even know if Gran Colombia is the biggest. When Japan owns all this Siberian useless land and Alaska. But anyway. I think after the stream's done, I'm gonna unlist it and then upload it to the Spudgun Archives. The Spudgun Archives has been a dead channel for like 5 months because I haven't streamed. But I'm gonna make a community post on the main channel to say what the series is, so that people don't feel like they've missed something that much. We've also had people asking about OpenTTD in the chat the whole stream, which is something, maybe I'll go back to it. But I just felt like, you know, I felt like I've done a lot in that. Well, I've hit a kind of point in that game where I don't feel like I can do much more interesting. I'm not good enough at the signals to do some weird creative signal stuff. We kind of just have a little bit of fun every time. It's good, but, you know, I'm not overly that enthusiastic about doing another stream of it, but it is something that is still chill and fun, so maybe I'll do it. I don't know. No plans. So, I'm gonna, now that I'm doing a stream again, I will think about the next single player stream that we could do. We're gonna have multiplayer on Fridays, but I might look into another DoD fan fork. Thanks, Pinkbeard. I might do fucking Throne of Lorraine or something. I don't know. EU4. Similar Doc, your suggestions. You should have stopped with OpenTTD. You're suggesting EU4? EU4?
Navy
No.
encircled.
To my eyes deceive me. A new Spartan stream.
That's right, MK Ultra Fonder. I'm streaming. Thank you. What more can I say? Thank you for the super chat. Did you do Dzunga single player? No. No. The Dzunga canon, I played that in multiplayer, but it was a bit of a weird campaign. It's on the Spudgun Archives, I think. Oh, another person came in and asked what the new campaign... What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to have a text-to-speech thing saying Gran Colombia every 7 seconds? Because I can only do so much here. I put a message on the stream. Let's make it bigger. You can't really see the fucking other message below that now, but that's fine. You kind of get the most of the below message now. The last MP stream was brutal, but I liked it. Felt bad for Spud in Russia. Ah, my Scandinavia campaign. Oh dear. Yeah, the live one. I'm telling you right now, as I said already about that, we're only playing Endless Struggle, not DoD. It's going to be a bit more laid back and fun than a crazy, stressful DoD Scandi game. Add a red circle and an arrow. I think I could add an arrow. Maybe we'll do that. I'm not that much of an expert on stream effects and shit, okay? I'm good at video editing. I wouldn't even know how to turn this so it's actually pointing up. Well, we can do this. We can point it this way. I wouldn't even know how to rotate an item on the stream software. It's just going to have to be pointing fucking bottom left. There you go. Well, let's see if I can invert it by doing this. No, I can't. Wait, can I? Ah, there we go. We take it round and then elongate it the other direction. So we'll have one pointing up there as well. There you go. I think people are going to be you know, when the actual video comes out on Friday and people watch it, people are going to go in the comments and ask what country I'm playing. I swear to God. And now that I've said it on stream, someone will do that. And it's probably going to be MK Ultra Fondler himself. I know it. Okay, how about a circle? Let's see. Have I got any circles? It's got to be big enough to go round the Grand Columbia though. There you go. You know, I'm feeling like, do you want to, oh, should I? Oh, I don't know.
Navy encircled.
Robbie Williams is a made-up celebrity BTW. You missed the controversy of Europeans trying to gaslight us into believing in a fake celebrity.
Do you want me to talk about Robbie Williams? I was just about to say that I'm tempted to leak the thumbnail of the video. Because I've done the thumbnail. It's ready. Sometimes the thumbnail comes to me very quickly and I'm like, yes, that's the thumbnail. It's ready way before I've done the video. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I've got no idea what to put in the thumbnail and the video was meant to come out that day. But this time I know the thumbnail, it's really good. You want to see the thumbnail? I don't know, but let's talk about Robbie Williams. Because Robbie Williams came out with a biopic not long ago, and people in America are like, who the fuck is this? Because he never made it in America. But Robbie Williams was absolutely massive in Britain. He was absolutely fucking huge. I grew up listening to his songs all the time. They were everywhere back in the early 2000s. Well, I wasn't around in the 90s, but he was also dominant through the fucking 90s and then the early 2000s. And then he faded into obscurity and became a monkey or something, I don't know. He faded into obscurity, so as a publicity stunt he turned into a monkey. Not to be like annoying, but I tried listening to his biggest songs on Spotify, thinking surely I'll know something. Not a single second of a single song. And I like British stuff, Blur and Radiohead. Blur and Radiohead were like... They were rock. Robbie Williams was pure pop. So if you're into... You might not... You know, there's not really much crossover. I mean, if you're in Britain, you'll hear all of it because you'll hear it on the radio. But if you're actively looking at stuff and you look up pop... I mean, if you look up rock stuff like Radiohead and Blur, you might not find Robbie Williams. Anyway, yes, this is the Gran Colombia series is happening. Someone in the chat, Norwegian Patriot, asks how OpenVic 2 is going. It's called OpenVic, not OpenVic 2. And it's going well. There was a dev diary released at the turn of the year. Right on the 31st of January, a dev diary came out. You can go and read that. I'll link it. Actually, just go to openvic.com. It's just that. That's it. Openvic.com. And that's right there. But yeah, OpenVic's being developed. It's also been posting some little previews of things in the updates. You can, if you're in my Discord, they get linked over to the updates channel. You can join the OpenVic Discord. They don't have a custom link anymore, so I'm going to link that in the chat. Go join the OpenVic Discord and go to the Showcase channel. Anyway. Talking about that, have you looked at Project Alice at all? Nah. No, they're not for me. There's a lot of stuff there. There's so much that you don't know about. Yo, sorry I'm late. Add channel name. Tell me. What country am I playing in the new series? Add channel name. Tell me right now. I'm putting you on the spot. Tell me right now what country I'm playing on Friday. Somewhere in the Americas. Okay, good enough. Someone also asking about Project Caesar. So here's the thing about Project Caesar. It looks great. I'm very excited about it. It's the one good thing that Paradox seems to be doing. But there's just so much information and a dev diary coming out all the time that it's just kind of overwhelming and I've lost track of it. I don't read every dev diary as it comes out every week, and I haven't really had the time to make a video or do a stream about it. But maybe sometime I will. Actually, like, have a detailed look, make a video, do a stream about it. Maybe. But, you know, I've got other things to focus on, like Gran Colombia. People still asking about Gran Colombian reformables? Guys, think about it. Gran Colombia starts off as a gigantic... OBS, did you hear that? OBS just said disconnecting and reconnecting. Are we still here? Just quickly update me in chat if you can still hear me. It imploded, but yeah. Alright, we're fine. Okay. Yeah, we're playing Gran Colombia. Add channel name. You finally got it. But if you look at Gran Colombia, what do you think it could form? Right? What could it form? It is the form. You think it could form a special union with Arcadia or Dongguo, Zifang, Qingchu, whatever it's called, or the Incas with South America? Do you think it could form a map that is just all of the Americas? Does Gran Colombia have potential? Yes, Gran Colombia is a nation that starts off with shit literacy, but it has massive potential. You can become a huge world power with a huge amount of ports because it has so many regions and it has so many connected ports. So you can have a massive fuck off navy at the end of the game. But you know, it often gets overshadowed by Arcadia. And also America as a thorn in its side. It has so much potential, but it has so many threats. I mean, you start off even with the Spanish War potentially. Whether the Spain player decides to go in on that or not, don't know. Yeah, Gran Colombia is so interesting as a country. You know, there's so many possibilities, so many threats, so much potential, so much diplomacy, so many moves you can make. And that is why this series is going to be a great roller coaster. Have you done Diplo with Spain yet? No. I haven't asked him if he's going to try and go in on me yet. I haven't asked him. What do you think I should say to him to convince him not to go in on the Gran Colombia War? Give him Vinland. Pay him with exposure. You could help the Spain player kill Aragon early. Has Gran Colombia shipped my troops over to Spain to help him kill Aragon? Let me just replay my music playlist. Here's the thing. If Spain pieces out with Gran Colombia, that's all they need to do. They don't need help from Gran Colombia. Merely piecing out with Gran Colombia at all is enough to go and fight Aragon. No, but seriously, the campaign happened a long time ago and it's all been recorded and editing out of it. You know, there's no ongoing Diplo. Just want to make that clear in case people don't know the format. Have you talked about the EU5 dev diaries this stream? Yeah, I did give them a 25-second mention to say how I'm not talking about them. Yeah. But it all looks great. It all looks great. Is this going to be the same mod variant where Spain has accepted pops on you? No. The Spanish accepted pops in the Americas was a thing that's in Divergences after Darkness. Not in the main DoD versions. Like in the Bavaria series or Venice series and all those. How backed up on potential content are you? How constipated on content, one could say? Oh, well, a lot. I have loads of content backed up, actually. When are you going to be doing live streams again? From now on. You can't see it because of the arrow. Let me just, well, hold on. Let's calm down on the arrows and the circles for a second and reread this chat message, this thing here. I've got a multiplayer campaign starting on Fridays, weekly. tune in. Tune in for the endless struggle. Multiplayer. You think you'd ever make a video on your triumphant USA comeback in 2023? It was so keynote. That was, yeah. Well, I say this many times, but campaigns that I've streamed have less of a priority to be edited into videos. Because I have a backlog of recorded campaigns that no one has ever seen, whereas the streamed campaigns have been streamed, people have seen it, and they've been out as VODs, probably on the second channel. So more people have already seen it. Lots of people have already seen that USA campaign. But you know, if you're someone who actually is willing to watch VODs, then, and if you haven't watched that one, I would recommend it. It's toxic at some points though, fucking toxic. And it's not the kind of toxicity where I'm like on the outside watching it and laughing like I am in the fucking Asian Oddbot series. I am fucking immersed in it. Struggling for survival. Players joining just to kill me. Ugh.
Navy encircled.
H.
Thank you, Perry Guy, for the $20 super chat. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Anyway, so I've been, for a while now, I've been wanting to do some streams. I've been settled and I can actually do streams, but I've been thinking of the right thing to start. I'm not sure. Was I going to go into a new single player thing? I signed up for this campaign on Fridays that I'm going to stream, but I thought this stream would be a great way to ease my way back into it after not doing it for ages. Just a chatting thing, somewhere where I can reveal my new fucking series. I think it was a good idea, and it's been really nice. Are there any Spud series where Spain actually wins the day one war? Can't remember. Yeah.
I think we're all out of sync, aren't we?
Thank you, Ladoge, for becoming an artisan. By the way, that is the second tier of channel membership. He's not just a craftsman. That's the second tier. There's tiers, you know. They're just cosmetic and they don't give you any extra bonuses. Oh, you want the thumbnail? Ooh. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you all right here, okay? Last time I streamed, ages ago, you know, the chat was as it was. But since then, a new thing has been added to streaming, right? And I can see it here. It's called a goal. I think it's a super chat goal. And I've toyed with the idea of posting the thumbnail. And there's this new thing staring at me in the face called a goal. So how about a super chat goal? Right? Thanks, Moonboy. Good to see you. I'm clicking on goal. Let's see what comes up. I'm just going to walk you through what it says. I don't know. I've never done it before because it's new. I clicked on it and nothing happened. It doesn't do anything. It didn't work. I'm not even joking, this button doesn't fucking work. This button doesn't do anything. Oh well, there goes that idea. Thanks YouTube again for being YouTube as usual. Hey, great stuff. Let me refresh my chat window, hold on. Still nothing. Oh well, there goes that idea. Do you ever re-watch your series, or do you get burned out on them just from editing the footage together? No, I rarely ever go and watch my videos back afterwards. It's not really because I'm burned out, it's just because I don't really feel like there's any point. Because, you know, I made the video, I'm not going to like sit and actually enjoy it as a video. Although sometimes I do find myself watching something, maybe not even intentionally, maybe because I was looking for something to reference for a video I'm making now. But sometimes, whenever I do catch a little bit of an old video or watch something, I think to myself, that's really fucking good. You knocked it out of the park again, Spud Gun. Nice video. And I give myself a little pat on the back. Norwegian Patriot asking, Spud, who is the other players on the American nations? Well, I did give a little bit of an inkling as to one of them. Remember, let's go back, hold on. Pull up my channel again. Okay, let's go back. You know, massive montage of fucking series here. I like how every series has a different colour on the thumbnail or the title, so it kind of gives it a different feel as I scroll through it. The Aragon one is gold. The Canada stuff is a white text. The Bavaria series is teal. And the Asian Hugbox series is mostly red, although I did different colours. The Bavaria reference episode is teal. The Europe episodes were white text. But anyway, fuck that. We need to actually do what I was going to do. I'm going to tell you one of the players in the campaign. Oh, and the American Bloodbath. Can we get some locophobia in Arcadia? Maybe, who knows? Who knows? But what I was going to tell you, where's the legendary Serbia? It's here. Alright, the guy who was Serbia in the legendary Serbia is going to be in the Americas in the Gran Colombia series. But he's going to be playing Shifang, okay? I've spoiled actual content from the series. So Inca series will be rainbow? Nah, if I was going to do an Inca series, I would probably make the text like an orangey, sort of earthy colour to go with the colour of the nation on the map. As well as just that sort of, I don't know, gritty Inca terrain, I don't know. But it would be kind of orangey. So the guy from Serbia is playing in the campaign. Alright, so there you go. Anyway, what was I on any other tangents before that? Do you have a car? No. OpenVic is coming along well. Thanks, yeah. Anyone also want to know what country I'm playing in the series on Friday? You know, there's so many people who don't know that I could just do another reveal and have like the entire chat going mental for knowing what country I'm playing. Again, I could relive it. Thank you, SimilarDoc. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, you want me to reveal another person who's in it? Alright, so I'm going to tell you another person who's in it, and this other person plays a pretty important role in it as well. Okay, so there's this other Victoria 2 multiplayer YouTuber, right, called Big Weevil. Check him out. Big Weevil's in it. and he wasn't in the he was not in the Asian Hug Box series, so he's back again. Do you have them rigged rosters for you so you can get countries you haven't made series yet? No. I also don't sign up for campaigns based on a country I'd like to make a series out of. I sign up for campaigns based on what I'd like to play, but I often just put Phil because I really don't mind most of the time. That's genuinely how I sign up for campaigns. I'll just tell you now that the Asian Hug Box series had Bad Frank and Bernard, right? But they're not going to be in this one. Like, that was a... Oh, well, not really a one-off. I'm sure they'll be back again, maybe. But, you know, that was a special thing. The Asian Hug Box was a special thing in many ways. Spud, what's your opinion on Weevil's recent streams? I haven't watched them, I have to say, so I don't know. But, you know, go and watch you should all go and watch them. Check them out. Especially since I'm not doing any streams lately, why not watch some Big Weevil for a change? He's been playing that new mod, actually. Yeah, just go and check that out if you want to know. And yeah, Gilded Destiny just did drop a dev diary before I went live, so the Gilded Destiny is still cooking. The Asian Hug Box kind of sucked, not gonna lie. Thank you very much. I disagree with you. The grand finale of the Asian Hug Box was really fun though. It was just a nice fucking great war against China. Big showdown. It just wrapped things off perfectly. I made that series, I made the previous 11 parts, and I saw some people saying fucking shit like Bald Khan said. People criticising the series, but I thought, you know, don't judge it until you see us beating up China in the grand finale, I thought to myself. But I didn't spoil it until that happened. I also saw comments from people like saying things like, oh, well, this series doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I hope they beat up China for the grand finale. And I thought, well, you know, I wouldn't make a series if, you know, there wasn't some kind of fucking plot line and payoff to it. You dodged a bullet with Ferrum Mari. Session 2 we advanced like 2 years the whole time from oosing and rage quits. Well, that doesn't sound like a problem that's unique to that new mod though. That sounds like it could happen in any campaign. DoD campaigns, vanilla campaigns have been like that. Waiting for the return of Virtual Rock also. Okay, I can reveal to you now, a drum roll. Virtual Rock is in the Gran Colombia series, okay? He's there. He wasn't in the Asian Hug Box series, so he's back. Virtual Rock is in the Gran Colombia campaign, and he has some funny lines in the first episode. Wow, I'm spoiling so much. You get so much behind the scenes extras if you watch my stream here. Wow. You know, there's like 100 people here, a few thousand people will watch episode 1, but only you got the insider information and behind the scenes exclusive knowledge. You'll be sitting there with a smile on your face, going, "Ah, I knew this was coming." Yep. Lusitania Breakaway playthrough. Well, just bear in mind, I'm going to mention Lusitania in the introduction to the Gran Colombia campaign, as I explain the country. Is that another spoiler? I'll say this though. The episode 1 has a big intro, because Gran Colombia is a massive fucking complicated country. It kind of needs a big intro. Not only its internal stuff, the cultures, slavery, everything, but you need to explain the politics, the diplo. My stream is oosing again, but I'm fine, I'm fine. I don't know what your question really means, Norwegian Patriot. Are we going to have to wait to know who else is in the Americas with you? Yeah, I'm not going to give away the whole roster. Speaking of Patreon behind the scenes spoilers, I'm pretty sure this campaign is going to have bonus clips for the Patreon again. That's something that wasn't in the Asian Hugbox series, actually. The reason being is that the Asian Hugbox series has lots of funny random shit, but it's all kind of kept in the videos themselves, right? You've got a whole episode which is basically a funny series of wars that I'm spectating with jokes and stuff that, you know. A lot of the campaign of the Asian Hugbox series is stuff that isn't directly related to my main Japan plotline, which is one of the things people complained about. And normally bonus clips that Patreons get to see are just full of out of context random nonsense. But as I'm editing the Gran Colombia series, I'm finding a few clips like that I'm going to put into some deleted scenes. I don't know how much there's going to be or how regular it'll be, but I'm just letting you know. Patreon will have some bonus clips. Have you ever gone on vacation to any of Gran Colombia's territories IRL? No. Have you? What I meant was as part of the game scripted to make it different. No. I go into Victoria 2 multiplayer campaigns. I just sign up as an ordinary player. I try not to let future series or editing or anything like that be any kind of consideration while I'm actually playing them. If it's good enough to make a series out of, I'll edit it later. If it's not, I've just played in a campaign and maybe I'll probably just delete the footage if it's not good enough to make anything out of. And that's that. Have you been in another continent, Spud? I did go to Florida when I was like 10. So I went to America. I've been to Athesia. That's where I was. Come to Brazil. Oh, good idea. Oh, a New World Nation. Will we get the New World Symphony again, or mayhaps another movement? Well, you know, making another series in the Americas, which is almost a kind of follow-up to the American Bloodbath, I'm not going to completely go all out in just harking back to that, because we're making new stuff. This stuff is new, it's fresh. And I'm playing the other side of the sort of American Bloodbath. I'm playing Gran Colombia. So we're bringing in new music. Come to Finland. Oh, you're Canadian this whole time, MK Ultra Fondler? You're Canadian? Unless you're from part of Finland, which is actually part of the USA, part of Maine, or does Finland not have part of the Great Lakes as well? Michigan, they have Detroit. You're from Detroit, MK Ultra Fondler, I knew it. You're from Detroit. That's why I asked one of the other three movements. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think one of the other movements is one that I do use regularly as well. The one that's slower. By the way, this just came to my mind. People were asking about EU5 Project Caesar stuff. There was a little bit of a commotion about a military dev diary recently, where Johan talked about military mechanics. He's actually doing exactly what I thought he should fucking do, which is he's taking some of the ideas from Imperator Rome, where you can set your armies, your stacks to have some orders, but they're still fully microable if you want. And there was someone asked in the forum thread, you know, are you going to automate units or can you still fully control them? And Johan replied with a cheeky message saying something like, you know, being able to control your units makes grand strategy games fun, with a winky or smiley face. I mean, I think we all know that Johan has been one of us this whole time, right, on the Victoria 3 issue.
Navy encircled.
Hello Spot, excited for another classic series.
Don't get complacent, Taco Man. This all could be a giant pile of shit and I might have completely messed up and it might be a terrible video. You've got to go in there with an open mind, and if it's good, it's good. But you can't assume in life. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. No, I'm joking, it'll probably be classic. This fucking goal button in my chat, honestly, it's right there and it just doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. I could have set up a goal to leak the thumbnail. Have you considered doing another Project Zomboid multiplayer with PyChucker? You know, that would be really fucking fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Just me and PyChucker again? Or maybe some other people? I don't know. But the Project Zomboid playthrough that we did, is it all in the Spudgun archives or was it done pre-archives? I don't know. But that was all very special. That was nice. That was good stuff. I mean, obviously as a variety thing on my channel, when I'm in a Victoria 2 niche, it doesn't get much. But it was still very nice. The best variety that's ever happened on my channel in terms of views is OpenTTD. But then again, only really the videos. The streams of OpenTTD never really did that well. Anyway, yeah, Project Caesar EU5 looking very positive. Always scrutinise it though. Don't pre-order it. Be careful, but don't stop yourself from. Don't you know? Allow yourself to be positive for once with Paradox. So don't just be a doomer all the time. Just don't pre-order it, even if it looks good. Spudgun, what do you think the price is going to be for EU5? What kind of question is that? Why do I have to predict the price of the game? I don't know. £40? Whatever the price of Victoria 3 was. I don't know. So that military dev diary, by the way, that I was mentioning, it's like the only one I've read lately, obviously. But yeah, Johan said he's gutting all of the AI for the game that they've been developing for ages, the military movement AI, for example. and they're starting that from scratch. So it's a big challenge with if they're going to actually make some good AI. That's what makes or breaks the single player experience. Well, I think I've unveiled the new campaign. I've unveiled two things. I've unveiled the new Gran Colombia series starting on Friday, and I've unveiled a new streamed campaign also starting on Friday. And we've had a nice chat. And I've made up for 5 months of super chats. Well, I haven't really. But it's been a nice, fun, comfy little stream. A good way to ease myself back into streaming. I'll be right back on Friday for some Victory multiplayer. Friday is a huge day of content. But I also want to go back and do some single player streams as well, so that we can have this sort of chatting that we're doing right now, but also some gameplay and some LARPing and fanfork or something. That was the life. That was nice. Possibly next week. So, we'll start wrapping things up, unless anyone else has a big question in a super chat. Wait, Spud, before you go, what's the country you're playing? I'm not leaking that, that's too much of a spoiler. Spud, have you ever eaten at Applebee's? No, this is some American thing. I don't think we have it in Britain. So I really can't give you my honest thoughts on that, sorry. What year are you starting the game in? Oh, 1861. Did I not mention we're doing the 1861 start date? It exists in DoD. There's an Arcadian civil war going on, and Gran Colombia has a chance to intervene. Do you not know? I've done an analysis section in a previous video about it. You know, I've never thought of that. Imagine in the vanilla timeline, you play Heart of Darkness, you load up the 1861, and the American Civil War's going. What if you rostered someone on Mexico? What would they do? I've never thought of it. It's never happened. We played the 1861 start date in that one video with Bad Frank, but everyone just played in Europe because there weren't enough players for a civil war. No one ever plays the 1861 start date. Paradox have moved away from even adding other start dates in their games lately because they've realised that like 95% of players only ever play the main start date, and they've removed scenarios as well. Hearts of Iron only has the two things, and they didn't add any like scenarios like they did in Hoi 3. Bionia series when? You know, maybe one day we'll do Bjorn. Well, actually, I don't know if I ever actually want to do a Bionia series though, because it's, you know, it's a weird way to explain this, but it's too meta. If I played Bjornia, then the Scandinavia player or whoever else will go, oh, should I make Spud Farm England? But then he'll be thinking about in terms of me and my content more than anything else, so it'll be kind of not fair. I wouldn't be doing an authentic Bionia experience because the players will consider me as Spud Gun. I mean, I really don't like the idea of that, but at least it's less of a consideration if I'm just playing a normal country. Isn't that every country? No, not so much. I really think when I play a normal country, people treat me as a normal player, but in a unique situation like Bjornia, where there's all the memes, and there's Forming England, and I've made videos about it. That sort of worry puts me off playing Bjornia, but I can't rule it out. I played it in single player in Fanfork and we had a laugh with some football. Surely that's good enough. Put on a voice change. You know, I don't think I could ever bring myself to like put on a new alternate account, change my voice and try to put on an accent and do something. I honestly couldn't keep that up. I hate the idea. I just want to be myself. I've never played Frankfurt and Vic 2, has been. Jesus Christ, you're very forceful with your question. Alright then, so let's try the goal button one more time. Nah, never mind. It doesn't work. Maybe I'll leak the thumbnail to Patreons. How about that? But don't join my Patreon just for... I don't know if I'm going to do that, okay? Don't join it and expect that. I probably won't. I think the best time to see the thumbnail is when the video comes out. I think that's just the best time. You'll notice it. Alright, shall I bid you farewell? I think we've been going for about 2 hours. Have we? I think that's right. Nearly. Shall I bid you farewell? The stream, we've accomplished everything we wanted to here. Lovely chatting to all of you guys. It's been so long since I've streamed that I'm bad at ending a stream. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to leave you. Nah, but yeah, you know, look out for Friday. There's going to be a new video and some new Victoria 2 multiplayer streams. Friday is the day of content. This will be up on the Spudgun archives. It's going to be awkward with that whole, you know, making it unlisted and then private and then re-uploading it, especially for a really short-term reveal stream like this. But it's still going to come into effect on the Spudgun archives because we got all of Thursday and like half Friday for it to kind of still be a reveal. But I'm going to make a community post anyway. Wait, just before I go, wait. Do you think I should just say the name of the country, Gran Colombia, in the title of this when it's on the Spudgun archives? Because the reveal thing kind of gets lost when it's not live, you know? I should probably just put that in the title. And I thank you for all the kind things people are saying in chat, by the way. I appreciate it. I don't think anyone had an answer to that fucking stupid Spudgun Archives question. So we'll call it there. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the channel memberships, gifted memberships, and super chats. It was lovely catching up with all of you. Great to have another stream after so long. I've kind of missed it. Streaming is always iffy for me, you know, I don't know. But what the big thing I miss is all of you and chatting to you. Definitely. Have a very good few days. until the great day of content on Friday. Don't die before Friday, because you're going to miss the greatest content. Just be safe. Look both directions before you cross the road. Make sure your food is properly cooked. I don't know. Stay away from people that have a really bad cold. Just, be safe until Friday. Don't die. Do not die until Friday, or else you're going to miss the content. See you later, everyone. Bye.